Welcome to the Jeremiah Show. You take music with you. You take it in your head, in your heart, and it lives in your actions. Music marks the milestones in your life. It marks the minutes and the hours, the days, and then the years. Music comes back to you. It is found, and then it's lost. A favorite but discarded song will re-enter your life when you least expect it, and it can bring back memories or it can open old wounds. Music can bring back those incredibly strong moments that have marked you. Nothing else does this so powerfully. Music lives longer than you. Music is passed down to your children. It is passed among your friends. Music is a shared experience. My special guest today is JoJo Foote. JoJo was introduced to me by Radio Candy Media founder Mark Platt. We're mutual friends. Mark sent me this email one morning. It simply stated, "This guy has been around. I like the music," and he works with a lot of the top writers and producers in the music industry. His name is JoJo Foote. So the introduction was made, and JoJo and I made quick friends, and he shared his music with me, which I will in turn share with you on today's episode throughout the show. I always spend 4 to 6 hours preparing for an interview because I feel like the guest that has agreed to talk to me and you deserves the honor of really kind of getting to know who they are. And then it's my job to do the best that I can and hopefully get to know that guest for you, bring them to you. Everybody that's on the show, I feel like, is so special. And JoJo Foote is one of those guys that has some great stories for us here today. And so, almost 700 shows, many of them are music artists interviews over the years. And I've come to expect the information that I'm going to get sent by the management or the PR on the artist and their bio. They are all pretty much the same format. The artist's musical resume is based on what a typical radio or podcast host will probably ask during the interview. And most artists, I think, have trained themselves to be ready for these basic questions because most radio hosts only have about 7 to 10 minutes to get the information to you and play a new song. They feel a little bit cookie cutter, kind of like you're going through a factory. So those questions are typically, when did you first discover music? Who were your inspirations? When did you pick up your first musical instrument? And so on. So as I read JoJo's bio, these usual highlights stuck out on his biography. But when I finished reading, I thought, this didn't tell me who JoJo Foote is as a person, as an artist, as a human being. I wanted to know more. So as I pondered and prepared my questions for JoJo, something began to stick out to me on the bio. It was the various cities and towns that he had lived in. And I began to imagine the roads, the valleys, the nights, and the days in between in JoJo's musical journey. Because oftentimes it's those small towns or those big cities that we come from, those small neighborhoods, and the friends and the experiences of our youth into adulthood that shape us the most. Those places often become, as I've been told through the many years of interviews, that the cities and towns and people become almost a muse for the artist, based on loves found, loves lost, inspiration, and lessons learned. So following the calling of the music, JoJo's journey took him from his hometown of San Francisco to Los Angeles. And it reminded me of these lyrics in a song by Counting Crows, Mrs. Potter's Lullaby. Well, I woke up in the mid-afternoon because that's when it all hurts the most. I dream I never know anyone at the party, and I'm always the host. If dreams are like movies, then memories are films about ghosts. You can never escape. You can only move south down the coast. So I'm going to take you into these cities and down these roads in JoJo's life with him throughout this interview. Stay with us. It's a really great story. I'll be right back.